When you think of vintage Stanley power tools, you probably think of the electric drill and router. But that's the familiar story. Today, we're going beyond the drills. By the end of World War II, the age of electricity was booming, and Stanley, seeing the rise of new giants like Skill and Black & Decker, made a powerful move to invade the electric tool market. Inside these pages, you don't just see a few drills, you see an entire arsenal. In this catalog from 1950, we will uncover the forgotten, specialized, and sometimes bizarre industrial machines that reveal Stanley's true ambition to conquer not just the woodshop, but the entire factory floor. First, the legends. Page after page of industrial-grade drills, from the lightweight quarter-inch models to massive heavy-duty one-inch brutes designed for construction and repair work. Stanley was making a clear statement. Their electric motors were built to last. But this is where the story gets interesting. As we move past the drills, we enter a different world. Take a look at this, the Stanley bench grinder section. They didn't just sell small machines for sharpening chisels, they offered a 1-horsepower, 10-inch industrial grinder, a 137-pound beast built for continuous, brutal production line work. This was the kind of machine that ran all day in a real American factory. And the deeper we go, the more specialized it gets. Later on page 47, we find the Unishears, a bizarre, powerful electric shear designed to slice through heavy-gauge sheet metal like paper. It was a tool for shipyards, auto body shops, and aircraft factories. It was a Stanley, but it was a world away from the familiar woodshop. But they didn't stop there. They made a whole range of bizarre, hyper-specialized tools, things you would never expect to see with a Stanley logo, like the floodlight magnifier, a fluorescent-lit inspection tool for factories and machinists. They even made a grass shear for trimming your lawn, and maybe the strangest of all, a dedicated sponge rubber cutter for the upholstery industry. They were experimenting, innovating, and trying to find their place in this new electric age. But what did this industrial power cost in 1950? At the end of this catalog, they include a price list, and the numbers are fascinating. A heavy-duty industrial drill would set you back $52. That's over $600 in today's money. And that massive 10-inch bench grinder? A staggering $130. This catalog is a fascinating look at a forgotten chapter. It's a reminder that Stanley's ambition went far beyond the drills, into a world of heavy industry, specialized machinery, and a vision to power the entire American workshop. I'd love to know what you thought of this catalog. Let me know in the comments, and if you want to see more, subscribe for a new piece of tool history every week.